Okay, so let's have a look at Tripwire, the configuration of Tripwire. Tripwire is useful when we want to detect when files have been changed on a system. So the main files that we have here are tw.pol, and that defines the policy of Tripwire. So we have a text copy of it. Let's have a look at this. Obviously this file wouldn't be viewable on the system and is normally deleted, but in our case we can have a look at it. Okay, so this defines the rules that Tripwire will use to actually monitor files. So we'll just use an editor to edit this file. And we use gedit, and we've got it already stored there as a recent file. So the rules which have a hash in front of them are ones that have been commented out. So these are standard rules that Tripwire would normally look at, such as watching the files in the S bin and the bin. And security bin are binaries that should not change, and these should be read only. And then we see some of the boot files, the lib folder. Again, these are binaries that shouldn't change. And what we'll do is we'll modify the password file in the etc folder, and these are configuration files that shouldn't change. So we've commented out quite a few here. Anything that happens in the etc folder will be monitored, and then down here any changes to these directories, home, temp, user, var and var temp, should also be monitored. Okay, so we'll keep it as it is, and what we do first is we take the text file and then create it as our pol file, which is an encrypted file with our policy. So in this case we're taking our text file, we have some encryption keys stored, and then we're compiling it into our policy file, tw.config, and we need to put the super user password in here. So we can see here that we now have tw.pol. Next thing that we do is that we create our database. It takes a little minute to do this. While it's doing this, we can have a look at... Oh, that's fine. Okay, so it's now got a database, and what we'll do is that we'll go and change one of our files. So let's say we change the ownership of the password file to Napier, and let's see if we can find another folder which is monitored. These are at the bottom somewhere, so let's go to /temp. Okay, so you can see what we've done is we've changed the ownership of the password file and also of the temp folder. So what we'll do is we'll run Tripwire again to actually check. font. This takes a little minute to check against the database and check all the files. So we've stripped out quite a few files from it, and we can see here it's told us that we've modified the /temp, and we've also modified the /password file. Okay, so our error report defines that we have one invariant directory, and we also have a change in one of the security control files. This defines the level of severity. Normally 100 is defined for boot files and data binary files, and this is a level 66 here, as we can see from our configuration file. Is a medium criticality, and 100 is significant points of vulnerability.